Did you know that during the Middle Ages, kings had their own secret agents? In this series, we bring you the most exciting stories from human history, and today we're going to talk about medieval spies and espionage. Medieval rulers had to keep tabs on their rivals and make sure they had the upper hand in any given situation. So they employed spies to gather intelligence on everything from military movements to the stability of neighboring kingdoms. Spies were an important part of any king's court, but their activities were mostly kept secret, hidden in plain sight. They delivered messages and coded letters, infiltrated enemy territory, and even disguised themselves as monks to gather intel on their enemies. One way that medieval spies gathered intelligence was by listening in on conversations. This could be done through an open window using a long hook, or by hiding in a closet or under a woman's skirt. Sometimes they would even bribe servants or other low-ranking members of the royal court to get the information that they needed. Another common method of espionage was through the use of informants. These were people who provided the spies with information about what was going on in the kingdom. Informants could be anyone from a lowly peasant to a high-ranking noble. Often the king would have a secret network of informants throughout the kingdom, and they would pay these informants handsomely for the information that they provided. Sometimes spies would be sent into enemy territory to gather intelligence. This was a dangerous job, and often the spies had to disguise themselves in order to avoid detection. One famous example of this was the spy who infiltrated the court of King Henry VIII. Disguised himself as a monk and spent several months living in Henry's court, observing everything that went on. He was able to send back reports to his king detailing everything from the king's daily habits to the political situation in the kingdom. But it wasn't just enemy courts that spies were sent to infiltrate. Sometimes they were sent to gather intelligence on their own people. For example, during the 100 Years' War, the English king sent spies into France to gather intelligence on the French army. They would then use this information to plan their own military campaigns. The use of spies and espionage during the Middle Ages was a murky business. It was often difficult to distinguish friend from foe, and there were many cases of double agents. But one thing is for sure, the kings of the Middle Ages knew the importance of gathering intelligence on their rivals, and they were willing to do whatever it took to get the upper hand. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Was espionage ever justified? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.